Welcome to another exciting episode of Cars with Big Boy Trev. I am Big Boy Trev, and today it's all about the small commercial vehicle segment. You're a businessman, you're looking to make money. Bottom line is important. Which truck would you choose? So today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, I am sampling the brand new Tata Intra V20. But first things first, let's take a look at the highlights of today's show. This week on Cars with Big Boy Trev, it's all about the small commercial vehicle segment as we review the Tata Intra V20. We analyze its cabin comfort, innovative technologies, engine performance, fuel efficiency, and of course, give its value for money proposition against its rival, the Hyundai H100.
And many more. Catch this and much more only on Cars with Big Boy Trev this Sunday at 5 p.m. only on NTV.
So before I forget, let's subscribe to the channel. So as you can see, Cars with Big Boy Trev on YouTube, click and subscribe and you get to see all manner of content from all the cars, from SUVs, soft roaders, sports cars, you name it. Cars with Big Boy Trev is here to give you nothing but the best in as far as motoring content is concerned. So click in, go on YouTube, find out what we're all about, and then we'll be able to talk about much more about cars.
Welcome to Cars with Big Boy Trev Extra. My name is Big Boy Trev. It's all about the news and reviews from across the world. Now, Hyundai have just unveiled the 2024 Santa Fe SUV. The Hyundai Santa Fe has been with us for close to 20 years, and now it's time for the 5th generation to take its spot. It's a hot favorite to many Kenyans due to its 7-seater practicality, generous specification, and safety kit. It was one of the most viewed videos on Cars with Big Boy Trev, so in case you may need to get acquainted with the current model, scan the QR code on the bottom corner of your screen and enjoy the review of the Santa Fe. The Korean firm says the full reveal of this brand new SUV will take place August this year. Let's talk about the design of this particular Santa Fe, the 2024 version, and of course it's got some Ionic inspired design, flourishing like an angular surfacing, a buff front end, and full with LED light bar. Hyundai says the H-shape harmony creates a visual presence and a new direction in terms of Hyundai's future design philosophy. You can clearly tell that Hyundai designers were inspired by the Land Rover Defender and the Discovery design theme, distinguished by some je ne sais quoi to make it stand out from the rest of the herd. Hyundai also tells us that the Santa Fe wheelbase has been lengthened, but to create more imposing stance where there are chunky wheel arcs that house 21-inch alloy wheels. The rear lights are H-shaped, also like the front, and the Santa Fe name is emblazoned across the boot lid. Let's talk about the cabin features. The most important thing that you can see visually is that it looks like a BMW X1 courtesy of the curved dual screen display. The 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster is now connected to the central screen, which we expect to find Hyundai's latest infotainment system, Napa leather also, and wood finishing coming as standard, giving the Santa Fe a premium and sophisticated style according to Hyundai. A large control panel located on the lower dashboard primarily houses the climate control function, the physical dials and buttons for the temperature and audio. We expect that Santa Fe to be sold exclusively as a 7-seater, and both second and third row seats can now fold completely flat. In terms of performance, the outgoing Santa Fe uses the M3 platform, which is shared with the sister Santa Cruz pickup, which allows for hybrid and plug-in hybrid versions. Now, Hyundai have not disclosed any technical specification of the new car, but we can predict, and we can see them using the same architecture with powertrain slightly tweaked to improve efficiency. We can also report that Hyundai will bring in the 2.5-liter turbo petrol engine that churns at 280 horsepower and 420 Nm of torque. That power is sent to the four wheels courtesy of an 8-speed automatic transmission with H-track 4-wheel drive system. There will be hybrid versions, of course, and in Kenya, we also expect to have the frugal diesel version that will be on duty, pumping out 200 horsepower and 440 Nm of torque. In summary, we do expect that the vehicle to arrive in Kenya in late 2024. Visit Hyundai's local dealer Kaitano Kenya, situated along Mombasa Road at Creta Automobile Center, for more details about the forthcoming Santa Fe. Until next time, drive safe and be safe.
You are in the last mile connectivity business. Your work is to ferry goods and services from point A to B, particularly to the end user. You need a vehicle that just makes sense to you. Today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, it's all about the small commercial vehicle segment that now Tata is getting itself into. And as you can see, this brand new Intra V20 is here to make a statement. But here's the problem. We're in a pandemic. businesses are struggling, nobody's making good money, your business is suffering, you need to make ends meet, and of course your bottom line has to be made to ensure that you still remain profitable. What do? You look for a pickup that can just make sense. Take it from point A to B, is efficient, it's reliable, it's comfortable, and it's durable to ensure that you remain profitable. So today, it's all about the Tata Intra and what it can do for you. And of course, we're going to start this review by taking a look at the design of this particular pickup. Now, of course, it's a pickup. And many people say, why do you want to talk about design? Well, design is important because, remember, Tata designed this particular vehicle with the premium tough philosophy geared towards the commercial vehicle that just speaks about robustness, reliability, comfort, and of course efficiency. So that is the design theme around this particular truck, and as you can see, it's pretty beautiful. Take a look, handsome. As you can see, the grille horizontal slated, of course, with this premium chrome, just to give it that je ne sais quoi in India. I don't know what the name is, but again with the Tata logo emblazoned on it. Again, noting that they actually took time to design this pickup. It's just a workhorse that just takes things. You have to look good, and of course, as you can see as well, color-coded bumpers. Again, one of the things that Tata have tried to infuse in this premium design look. So fusing premium in an economy package is one hell of a job, and I think they got it right. Now, as you can see, it's got a big windscreen that has very minimal A-pillars to reduce blind spots. So it's very good to have a 360 approach when you're driving this particular truck, and of course the visual impression that it creates, that indeed Tata thought about creating a truck that is aerodynamic. Aerodynamics helps in making a truck extremely efficient. Now, another important factor are these quadratic clear halogen beams that have adjustable lighting, so you're able to illuminate the road as you take your bread or milk to the last mile connectivity, to the depot or to the Duka. I can tell you, this particular vehicle again enhances visibility. Visibility is good for safety because the driver becomes alert of his surroundings and is able to see quite a lot, especially during the darkness and of course during foggy situations. This particular truck just makes sense. Now, top it up as well, you do have of course reflectors all around it so that you remain visible in certain areas. As you can see, there are subtle design themes on the door. As you can see, there's this hip line that actually extends from the top part of the lighting, extends all the way to the rear door panel, to this particular front panel, again denoting je ne sais quoi, courtesy of Tata. And of course the wheel arch, subtle design, not too fancy, not too shabby, just the right amount of design, coordinating and correlating with the premium look and feel of this particular Tata V20. To top up all that look, you do have actually this particular 14-inch tires that are actually steel metal radial, that are very strong and durable, that can handle the rough and tough of Nairobi or Mombasa or Kisumu. So again, very important to ensure that this particular car is usable in our sort of conditions. Remember, India has similar conditions as Kenya, so of course with this kind of tires, again, they're cheaper to buy, they're easy to maintain, and they're pretty durable. Now, as you move towards the cargo bay area, this is where the magic happens. This is where every person who wants to buy a truck looks for. As you can see, you can actually have this particular, closed body type of cargo bay area. It depends if you want a refrigerator truck, if you want an open top to carry your goats or whatever it is possible courtesy of Tata. But this particular one is a closed-sided top. And of course the tonnage, how much can it carry? 1.1 tons. That is just very amazing. And of course, to support that, you do have a rigid rear axle that is easy to maintain, and of course has a reduction gear 4.88 to ensure that you have maximum traction. And of course you can crawl up to 45 degrees easily on a steep incline. That makes it quite easy because remember, Nairobi is also a very, it's next to Rift Valley, and of course there are plenty of hills here and there, so you're able to get out of situations quite easy. Let's move to the back and have a look at this particular truck. We have this massive tailgate that reveals plenty of space. I know you're wondering, how much can you fit inside this particular cabin? Now, if you're to stack up crates of bread, 120 crates. Now, remember, this particular truck has a flat bed, so it doesn't have the intrusions of the rear, the spaces where the wheel come in, the wheel arcs. So basically it's flat, so you're able to stack up close to 120 crates of bread, or 180 cartons of milk, or even 90 bottles of 20-liter bottles of water. You're able to carry that and much more. So in Kenyanese terms, it can carry a lot. Sacks, warus, name it, you're able to carry that with ease. And of course, if you have any refrigeration that you require, of course they're able to tailor make it just for you to ensure that you remain and goods remain fresh for delivery. But that is just a third of what this particular vehicle can do. Let's step inside and have a look at the cabin of the Tata V20. So guys, you are inside the cabin of the Tata Intra V20, and the premium tough philosophy continues in the cabin. And as you can see, Big Boy is extremely comfortable. But start with the layout of the dashboard. Now, one thing that I do love about this particular truck, it is massive. So the dashboard has been placed further away to create space between the passenger and the dashboard. That also allows this particular vehicle to be very, very roomy. As you can see, you can actually walk through this particular cabin, so it actually seats 3 people. So clearly they thought about the turn boy, maybe your messenger, and of course the driver being extremely comfortable in such a small space. It's all about the clever packaging courtesy of Tata. And of course, what I do like about it, the dashboard is not just a flimsy dashboard, it's actually well designed. You do have a 2-tonality sort of design. So of course, as you can see, there's an oval and circular theme that goes around it. You have 2 cup holders, actually a standard right here, and of course you do have an area where actually the vents actually surround the audio system, which actually has USB port, auxiliary port if you're somebody who has an Apple product and you want to plug in, and of course an SD card right here, and you're able to play your music quite well, and of course, you know, listen to music, enjoy as you deliver your bread or, you know, your milk, whatever it is that you deliver across the great country of Nairobi or even Kenya. Right below the climate control area, you do have this 5-speed gearbox, which actually is synchro mesh, and of course it's dashboard mounted to enable you to have ease of use. It's cable, of course, and it allows you to pre-select gears quite easily without struggling and looking for gears. You know, like, this one is pretty easy. Gear 1, gear 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's very easy to use and just enhances the drivability of this particular vehicle. Now, as you can see here, as you move to the instrument cluster, again, it's a full digital instrument cluster. There is no dials here or traditional needles. Basically, this particular instrumental has 2 dials. Actually, it's an oval dial. So the first one has the speed indicator and the other bells and whistles, the chimes that allow you to see it. It's also got a gearbox indicator to help you shift up when you reach that point where you need to be efficient. So it will always beep and it will show you, it will blink up to ensure that you're able to shift up or down, to ensure that you're very efficient, because remember, efficiency is the name of the game in this particular truck. Not only that, on the smaller one, it gives you a temperature and fuel gauge, and of course it will also give you service indications, and if any doors are open, it will tell you. So all the electronics, anything that involves the engine and how the drivability of the truck is, all the information is relayed in a very easy way to the driver, so you don't need to struggle to see what is happening. So it's in a bright orange hue, so again, driving makes this particular truck very easy on the eye, and that's extremely important. Now the steering wheel as well, I love it because it's a 3-spoke steering wheel with the Tata logo on it. Very comfortable. As you can see, Big Boy is 6'1", and I'm a pretty big person, burly person, and I'm actually, legroom is fantastic. I'm able to fit quite easily without any stress, and the seats actually are very adjustable and comfortable. So today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, it's all about the Tata V20. It is a smart pickup truck that just makes sense in this era. So we're going to find out plenty more about what it can do, because we sampled the cabin, the design. It looks fresh, it looks amazing. It's one of those pickups that I actually like as far as looks and practicality is concerned. But how good is the engine? How efficient is it? Are you able to drive it from day to day? Can it make bang for your buck? Let's find out today. So we're going to start by taking a look at the engine. This particular engine is a 1.4 liter direct injection naturally aspirated diesel engine that produces 70 horsepower and 140 newton meters of torque. Power is sent to the rear wheels courtesy of a 5-speed synchro mesh gearbox with a cable shifting technology to ensure that ease of use when you're driving this particular vehicle quite easily. You're able to enjoy driving it over long distances within the city commute. Now, fuel efficiency. It also allows you to explore the full potential of this particular engine, and of course it turns you a fuel economy figure of 12 to 13 kilometers to the liter. Now let's do the math. This particular truck has a 35-liter tank, and this is diesel, right? So if you do the math, the average commute for a delivery van is about 100 kilometers per day. So with the kind of fuel consumption, you probably use about 800 shillings in a day for carrying 1.1 tons across Nairobi. That just makes sense to me. I don't know about you. It's cheaper than probably what you find with a regular 1-ton pickup, but this one has the extra carrying capacity. It's very tough and reliable, and you're able to do so much. That the math is extremely important in this era where we're trying to save every single penny. Now let's talk about the chassis and the suspension. Of course, the chassis is fantastic. When I look at it from this particular perspective, it's been designed to carry more and be safe. So for the first time in a small commercial vehicle, they use hydrofoam technology to build this particular chassis, so it's very stiff and allows you to carry more load. And of course, the cross members have been reinforced to ensure that you remain safe in case of an accident. Now up front, you do have tapered leaf springs. So up front, you have 6 tapered leaf springs, at the back 7, to ensure that you have good carrying capacity. Not only that, at the front, in conjunction with the 6 tapered leaf springs, you do have anti-sway bars or anti-roll bars that ensures that this car remains steady even on different types of maram. Is it maram, dirt road? It's very stable. And of course, at the back, you have a rear solid axle that actually has a crown pinion gear of 4.88 to ensure that you're able to go down a gradient of 45 degrees. So you're able to have good traction delivery on ground, and of course climbing up a hill 45 degrees very easily, courtesy of this starter. So all this information is extremely important because you're able to traverse. Nairobi is, it's right next to the Rift Valley, so it's pretty hilly. So you're able to, carry that load with ease and without stress. So that is one of the things that I do love about this particular pickup. When it comes to safety, then you have a repertoire of safety equipment, from front disc brakes and of course rear drum brakes, and of course it's dual circuitry to ensure that there's redundancy in case if one particular system fails. And not only that, when you're doing quick shift, it's got a rev indicator, a match indicator, to ensure that you're able to shift to the highest gear to remain very economical. I forgot to mention that. That's one of the key features about this particular truck. So guys, that has been our extreme review of the Tata Intra V20, and I can tell you it is more than a package. It looks good, it's stylish, it's spacious, it's practical, it's efficient, it's powerful, and of course gives you absolute value for money. But the question is, how good is it when you compare it to the rivals? We start with the price.
The Tata Intra V20 is sold and serviced by Tata Africa, and of course comes at a price of 2.23 million shillings plus VAT, and you can rely on a 5-year 500,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first, to ensure that your Tata is well maintained.
What the key rivals in this segment? We do have, of course, the Hyundai H100, which we reviewed on Cars with Big Boy Trev. In case you've missed, go check it out and see what the comparison is all about. And of course, we all know this particular truck has what it takes to actually beat the rivals. So do you reckon that this particular Tata Intra V20 has what it takes to beat the rival, the Hyundai H100? Send us your thoughts as seen on the social media handles, and we'll get back to you next week with the feedback. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. It's an honor and pleasure. But before I leave, how do you catch Cars with Big Boy Trev after the show? So immediately after this show ends, let's go to YouTube for the YouTube premiere of this particular episode, starting at 7 p.m. and you can catch this particular episode and many more that we've done across the whole 7 seasons of Cars with Big Boy Trev. All the Kenyan motoring from a Kenyan context is right there on our page. So go on, check out, click subscribe, and follow all the content. Send us your thoughts, comment, say hi, whatever it is that you want. Please, we are here for you. We'll read all these comments, and of course we'll get back to you, of course, with the feedback. Thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. This is an honor. Drive safe and be safe.